Okay, let's go through short stories, module 8, imagery and symbols. These are some important elements that we have to pay attention to when we read a short story, because those imagery or symbols are usually some important elements that can help us understand certain story better, because they help to convey the theme more clearly. Okay, so let's start with imagery. Imagery is use words to conjure up pictures of things and people describe. So it's the use of words. So imagery is not actually an image, it's not illustration, it's not picture, it's actually a word. Okay, it's the use of words to conjure up pictures, so to make it appear in your mind. Conjure up pictures of the things or people described. So it helps you to create an image of what a person or thing is. Okay, it's very often used in poetry, especially poetry. Okay, in terms of similes or metaphors. So similes. So when one thing is compared using the word like or as, so it's like this. He was as dirty as a pig in mud. So you see, this pig in mud is to try to make a very vivid image of what he is like. Okay, dirty pig in mud. So you see, all right. So this is the use of simile, and it's a kind of imagery to help you create a mental picture of what that person is like. Okay, and also in terms of metaphor, okay, directly comparing two seemingly unrelated things. So it's like this. Her heart slammed shut from him. Slam, use it with door, right? Slam the door. When do you slam your door shut? Because you don't want to listen to that person, you want to show the person to stay away from you, right? So her heart slammed shut from him. So it's very obvious that she doesn't want to talk to him anymore, something like that, right? Okay, so basically you use imagery to make your writing more powerful and the characters more vivid. Okay, and also to add something to the original thought. So basically it helps to describe person more vividly. Okay, add some mental pictures so you can understand that person or that thing more clearly. Alright, okay, so right here in the necklace, again this phrase, she danced madly, ecstatically, drunk with pleasure, no thought for anything, triumph of beauty, pride of success, in the cloud of happiness. So you see dancing, like a cloud of happiness, ecstatically, drunk, okay, completeness of a victory, so dear to her family heart. Completeness of a victory. So you see, this sentence is very vivid. It tells you the emotion of that person at that time. Okay, it's like super happy, extremely happy, dancing, cloud of happiness. Okay, so you see, even so she has gone wild. Okay, her wild abandon in dancing as if she were drunk. Okay, so you see, this kind of image helps you to create a very clear mental picture of what that person or what that thing is. Okay, and then we get to symbols. Symbol is a sign, shape, or object that is used to represent something else. Okay, so as opposed to imagery, which is the use of words, okay, in sentence probably to help create the mental image, the symbol is more direct, more concise. It's just a sign, shape, or an object represents something else. Okay, so just like country's flag symbolizes that country, it's as simple as that. Or dollar sign symbolize money. Okay, so you see, now when we see the object, we can basically think of that person, all right, or that thing. So it's for artistic purposes. particular kinds of images add depth and power to their writing. Okay, so maybe this part you need more example. So let's take a look at this. So what can you think of when you see these things? I think most likely when you see dollar sign, yes, you think of money, right? Okay, or wealth, fortune, cash, right? And how about this skeleton or the skull with two swords underneath? So most likely maybe you think of pirate, right? Or it's danger, right? And what is this? Usually like a power station nearby, and then the lines connecting to the power station. So it's like beware. Usually it asks you to be aware of electrocution. Okay, so don't touch it or you get electrocuted, right? And then this one obviously is the female toilet, usually, especially for female. So this one heartbroken, right? So there is heartbreak, so you feel it's very painful. So you see this is a sign, a symbol, right? So these are the symbols of things, and usually in writing we just see them in words. Okay, so dollar sign, all right, heartbreak, a photo, okay, cash, okay, or a token, even a stamp. So it depends on what that piece of writing is and how important that symbol is. Okay, all right, and then how about right here? Each sentence has a symbol, so you have to describe the symbol, what the writer is trying to express, and you have to look at these few description of symbols right here. All right, so let's do it. A mother tucks her son up in a soft warm bed at the end of the story. So tucks her son up in a soft warm bed. All right, so mother tucks her son up. So obviously it's a show of the mother's love. Okay, so his mother's love. Okay, usually we show that scene because we want to show that the mother really cares about her son, right? And then young man gives his fiancée a bouquet of roses. Okay, but pricked by the thorns. So roses, there are always thorns. What does it mean? There's love, but there's also pain or difficulties of love. Okay, so pain. Rose represent love, but their thorns represent pain or difficulties, right? So pain or difficulties of love. Then, young couple have a huge argument during a crashing thunderstorm. Couple argument, crashing thunderstorm. So it's about what? When you sense thunderstorm, especially in your writing, in a piece of writing, when you see thunderstorm, usually it means violence or something bad is going to happen, bad omens, something like that. All right, so it's the violence. Okay, violence of their relationship. Okay, all right. That right hand side. Young woman shelters herself from typhoon. Young woman shelters from a typhoon under a tree. So it's like there's heavy rain, but you try to hide yourself under the tree, right? Why? Because the nature can protect you. So protection of nature. Basically, nature is there for you, and it will protect you. Okay, so don't be afraid, because Mother Nature is there, something like that. Okay. Leaves her boyfriend. The sun is setting. So usually the sun is setting. What does it mean? The day has ended and it's going to be nighttime. Okay, so what does the setting sun symbolize? Setting sun basically symbolizes the end of their relationship. Okay, it's quite obvious. Just like if the sun is rising, that is the beginning of something in opposition, right? So sun setting, sun rising is totally different. Having an affair. Women, affair, married men, diamond bracelet, fake. So this bracelet, why is it a fake bracelet. It's obvious. The diamond usually represents eternity, but the fake diamond means that it's fake, it's empty, it's false, right? So it's just emptiness or falsity of their relationship, right? Okay, and then the next one. In an area with high crime rates, smell of rotting food, dirt on the streets. Why is an area with high crime rates is associated with smell of rotting food and dirt on the streets? Because it feels like everything is bad, everything is corrupted there. So it's the corruption of people. Okay, corruption of people there. Alright, so these are the symbols that you can kind of understand when you see the like fake diamond bracelets, setting suns, okay, or the dirty setting, that you kind of feel what it's like and have to get in the mood of something. Okay? Alright, and then for the story this time, I don't think the meaning or the plot is as important as the description, because we want to focus on imagery and symbols. Alright, so I'll just highlight those parts that you need to understand and then just explain this part. Okay? Alright, so this is do I see the page number here? Sorry, I don't have the page number. It should be 120, I guess. Yes, 120. Okay, so maybe at the same time we can take a look at 120. Alright, okay, so the first one. If we're cozy here, said old Mr. Woodfield, peer out of the green leather armchair for his friend's boss desk, as a baby peers out of his pram. So you should understand that as baby peers out of his pram, so it is used to describe old Mr. Woodyfield. So what does it mean? It means that the writer is trying to associate Mr. Woodyfield with a baby. So it feels like there's something alike between them. Okay? So it feels like suggests that Mr. Woodyfield was innocent as a baby. Okay? Although he's old, but he still has a childlike heart. Okay? So this is boy. Alright. Right there. Better. Okay, then the next one. Kept his box up. So right here, his talk was over. Time for him to did not want to go since he is retired and had a stroke. His wife and girls kept him boxed up. What do you mean? He had severe health problems, and although he is recovered, he still needs to care about what he does all the time. That's why basically his wife and the girls try to control and limit him. But this is understandable because of his health concerns. Okay? And then he went to see old friends who weren't too pleased to see him, I suppose, and perhaps so are the same we cling to our last pleasures as a tree clings to its last leaves. Okay, there's something that we can't get rid of. Okay, we want to hold on to it because we still think it's enjoyable. Alright, so this is boy. The tree clinging to the last leaves means that we hold on to our enjoyable habits as long as we can. Okay, we don't want to give it up. Okay, because somehow it is the way that you hold on to your past. You still enjoy time when you're free. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so for Mr. Woodyfield, it would be time for him to be free to do whatever he wanted, but then he lost the freedom because of his health issues. Okay, alright, and the next one, and what he did was staring greedily at the balls, okay, and rolled in his office chair, and still going strong, still at the head of the ship. At the head of the ship, very obvious. Someone who's in charge, who's someone who's in powerful position, right? So powerful, in command of a huge operation. So this one is top. Okay, this one is obvious, head of the ship, right? And the next one, he liked to have it admired. It gave him a feeling of deep solid satisfaction to be planted there in the midst of it. Okay, so it's like this is the ground and there the tree is planted very well right here. Okay, sorry for drawing, I don't even know what I'm drawing right now, but it doesn't matter. So what does it mean when you have a deep feeling of solid satisfaction to be planted there? So it means that you're basically a very important person over there. Okay, no one can replace you. Okay, so this is A. Alright, because you're planted there, you're tree planted there. Okay, so your position over there is pretty solid. Okay, that goes to number 6. The table with legs like twisted tree roots. What does it mean? So the table with legs like tree roots. So you should understand table with tree roots. What does it mean? It should be very, very heavy, right? And so you have to remember, tree roots twisted doesn't just mean that they have the table has brown legs, okay, twisted legs, but it should mean that tree roots is super big, okay, it's super stable, it cannot be moved. Alright, so number 6 should be dull, so heavy, cannot be moved. Okay, the tree roots are twisted at the ground, so no one can move it. Alright, so you have to understand the comparison between table leg and the tree root. Okay, it's the sense of importance is over there. Okay, so heavy. Okay, alright, and then move on to number 7 right here. It's about has been a terrible shock to him when old Widerfield sprang that remark upon him about the boy's grave. Terrible shock, as though the earth had opened. Just learn about the boy's death. So what kind of emotion is that? Of course it's shock at the reference to his son. Okay, because of the boy's grave, he didn't even know it, and it was a terrible shock to him. So A for this one. Okay, then the last one, number 8, the metaphor of the telegram that brought the whole place crashing about his head. What is it about? Okay, deeply regret to inform you, left the office a broken man, his life in ruins. So you can see the power, the impact of the telegram on the boss, right? So you see, what is it like? It's the life-changing news. Okay, terribly sudden and life-changing the news was. The impact, okay, the influence. So crashing about his head. Alright, so this is C. Alright, so I think this part is the more important. Hopefully you understand more about imagery and symbols, what those things represent, how do they help to convey the ideas more clearly. Okay, so for the comprehension question, I guess you can just work on your own and then you can check the answers on your own. Okay, alright, that's it for this unit.